There's a quality for me, honestly.
Hi guys. Oh yeah, the trick is.
Oh, it's really recording. Oh, my bad.
Oh,
don't cut this out. Just leave it. Yo.
No, but what I want to say, I have to cut it out. I was going to say the trick is not to look at yourself, because then on TV or on video it'll look like you're looking sideways. So the trick is to look at the red dots. Okay.
Well, I think you can still leave it. I mean, I'm learning these camera things. So
Okay. I'll leave it.
Okay.
My jeans are so tight, I can't fold my legs.
So just sit comfortably.
Guys, we're back, and Forver Mrs M here has a whole lot of questions for you, which I don't know what they're about.
They're about life.
But let's go.
Okay, let's go. The first question, I already asked you this. We're just gonna dive deep in.
Okay.
How long after you had come to Zim was your first fight? And wait, no, actually, yes, the first argument. And did you ever feel like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? Let me go back home.
How long is the first fight? I don't remember.
Okay.
Maybe like, because I've only been here for 3 months.
Yeah.
So maybe on the second month or so. Honestly, it was not a fight. I feel like I was fighting by myself. Because my husband doesn't fight. He doesn't argue.
Does he just go away and
not even quiet? He doesn't go. He's the type to like want to settle it and solve it there and talk about it there. And then I'm the type to not want to talk till I'm ready to talk.
I wouldn't think you'd be that person who'd want to
really,
like, because then naturally, like, if you're a loud person,
true.
Yeah.
If you talk a lot.
Yeah, because
but the thing is, I'm scared of saying things that I'll regret later.
So you wanna like just
like.
So in that moment you're like, oh my god. Then when you gather yourself, you're like, okay, now let's shoot.
Exactly. Before I'd be the type to just be angry and then text you
everything.
Exactly.
Now you can't take.
But now I'm like
things.
So yeah, that was our fight. It was not a fight. It was fighting by myself. And then I figured I don't want to talk.
So let me chill. But how long was that fight alone for? Like, did you go up here where you were not like, talking? Or maybe you were just being passive. You were talking, but you're being passive, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna serve you your food, but I'm not gonna talk to you.
Yeah, it was like that. But it wasn't even for too long. It was maybe for like an evening. And then by the time we went to bed, I think it started around like 6, 7. And then by the time we went to bed at like 10, 11, it's like, listen, you finna talk to me now.
But did you have that split second when you're like, what am I even doing in Zim? Like in that little moment where you're just like angry, like,
no.
Okay, at least you did.
Yeah, I feel like we've been in long distance for a very long time. So I'm just like, whatever, as long as we're together.
I felt like that, to be honest. I've just been like, because like, you know, like how when you've just gotten like married and then like you're adjusting, you know, like how it, I don't know about your husband, but you leave the toothpaste open, the towel, I'm like, dude, the rail's right next to you. Why can't you just put your towel on the rail?
Yeah, you know, like that I experienced as well.
So you know, the first month I was like, what am I even doing? Like, is this what the next like 30-40 years of my life is gonna be? But then you just reach a point where you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna choose my battles, like whatever. Anyways, my next question for my guru is, what was your first Zim meal that you made, besides not the kupere kwa, like when you're in your home? What is your, have you made a traditional Zimbabwean meal yet? Or
what is a Zimbabwean traditional meal? I've made sadza.
Yeah, sadza.
Yeah, I've made sadza because we eat sadza on the weekly. Well, I don't eat sadza, but he eats sadza on the weekly.
Is it because of fitness?
No, if anything, I'd want to eat it because of fitness. I'm trying to like gain weight, but it gives me like terrible stomach pain.
Oh no, actually you told me. I actually remember.
But I do eat the brown one. It's just that
I actually remember you told me. Okay, let me find another question. Are you planning to go back to Botswana anytime soon? No, actually, are you guys gonna do a honeymoon?
For now, I don't think so.
Okay.
But because we haven't had our white wedding, maybe whenever we're able to have our white wedding, after that we'll go for a honeymoon. But for now, I doubt.
Okay. How many things? Wait, actually, do you ever think about doing prank videos on Simon?
No, because I don't like pranks. I don't even know how to prank people.
Because then I get these questions a lot where people are like, why don't you prank Mr. M? I'm like, guys, like some things are just too sensitive. Yeah. Like he's not a jokey person, so I'm not going to be like people were telling me when you got engaged, like pretend that you lost your ring. I'm like, you're probably like, I'll just buy you another. And
exactly.
Like, what's the point? Like I've wasted the prank. But then he's not like a pranky person.
Simon is a pranky person. My husband will prank me.
He pranked you.
Instead.
Yeah. But then I feel like if I was to be pranked, I'd actually get upset.
Me too. I think I'd... Okay, no, but I didn't get upset when I found out it was a prank. But it depends on the type of prank it is.
Wait, don't you think because your prank was actually... There was something better. Imagine if there was nothing and I was like,
I'd be mad.
Can you give me back my phone? Then there's literally no phone. Then it's just
No,
like the flowers. You'd have been
mad.
upset. Yeah. So what's your favorite thing about living in Zimbabwe so far? Besides being with your husband, of course, like outside your husband.
Living in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
I have my own home, not my parents' home.
Yeah.
So I do whatever I want whenever I want.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that my parents were strict, but just I'm in my parents' house, the respect.
Yeah.
But now, when people come to my house, it's my rule.
Exactly. I definitely agree with that. Because then for me it's different. I wasn't living with my parents. I was raised by my grandparents. I don't know if you know, I was raised by my grandparents. So having it's like literally like people are waiting for you to decide like what are we gonna eat. I'm like, okay guys, today we're gonna eat this. I'm like
no, it's how I'm not used to like people asking me if they can visit me. I'm just used to getting home and then finding people, and then my mom will be like, oh, please fix
what had happened was we had visitors.
Yeah, now people are like, well, you haven't invited me to your house. I'm like, oh,
it's my house.
Invite you know,
exactly, it's my okay, what's your worst thing about being in Zimbabwe?
Having no family that's my own. Yes, my husband's family is my
now
family,
your family, yeah.
But at the same time, sometimes I feel like, it would be nice if I could just drive to my sister's house or be able to walk into my mom's house. Somebody to speak my language with.
We're actually gossiping about you with my husband. I was like, we're gossiping about her, not in a bad way. I was like, we watched your video, like the one Simon was asking you the Shona stuff, like if you understand. Then we're like, okay, now I'm just thinking, like that time when you want to stress a point, you can only stress it in your language, right? You're like, guys, that's what like you really need to like. So I'm like, okay, now when they argue, not argue per se, but then when he wants to stress that point, and when you want to, you need to, like there's just that point where you just need to speak in your language. Like even like when I was talking to you today, I was transitioning, like going and Sean, and I'm like, oh, I have to remember my group doesn't understand, so I have to. But then like the point will only really make sense. Like hit the spots, like
exactly. Even jokes. Like if you're trying to make a joke, it's not the same in English.
Exactly, because then now so. Yeah, so I totally get you. Yeah, I totally like. I feel like that also by being in Shan. I'm like, okay, who do I even talk to? But anyways, what's your favorite thing about Simon?
Everything is my favorite thing. My husband is handsome. My husband is cool.
Speak.
My husband is a channel boy.
Okay,
my husband
the truth.
Is young king though.
Everything. And what's your worst thing about him?
Worst thing.
Yeah.
He does things at his own time. I'm the type, like, if, like, I want things right there and then.
Yeah.
Like, if I say, please help me with that, I expect you to,
right there.
Exactly. But he's the type to, like, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it when I'm ready.
These boys are all the same, right? Like, more often, I'm like, babe, we need to go at this certain time. And he'll be laying things like, guys, we're going to go. And then when it's 5, and then I'm going to relax. I'm like,
and then he'll be unhurried.
Exactly. So you're okay. The next question is, what's your relationship with your mother-in-law?
Oh, my mother-in-law is the cutest, guys. She's so sweet.
Cause I heard you saying you brought your mother-in-law's car. I was like, I was listening. I was like, okay. She brought mom's car. I'm like, okay.
No, I take her as a mother. Maybe because I don't have my own mother in the country, so she's like my mother.
But I mean, I've always told people as well that I always tell these to people on my YouTube that people always ask me why you have such a great relationship with mom, because I don't say my mom-in-law like mostly. But then when I'm trying to explain that, okay, because then people be saying, you say your mom and then now your mom and then now so when it's always that thing that when you even with your mom you also argue with her sometimes. True. You disagree, so just as you are a child to your own mom, she's gonna say, Colette, I don't like this, or I don't like this that you've done. If you give the same respect to your mother-in-law and just say, okay, this is my mom, I mean, I can mess up with my mom, then you definitely have a great relationship. So True. What do you and Simon watch for fun? Like, what's your favorite shows and things like that?
We watch Generations.
Oh, you guys. You watch Generations? Generations.
We watched Generations.
Generations still like 20 years ago.
Yeah. You are keeping the legacy. The legacy must go on. We watched
You guys watch it? I'm shocked.
8 p.m. we're there. DSTV ready. Monday to Friday, we're ready.
You guys haven't moved like maybe the river, maybe.
No. Those ones, they're too new for us. We like Generations.
But it doesn't even have the same storyline. Like the
It
storyline
don't
ended
matter.
like 10 years ago.
It's Generations. Okay, but we do watch other things. We're currently watching Power, but Power is like season something.
I've never tried to watch Power.
Really?
No.
Now it went from Power to the Book of Ghosts to the Book of Canaan. Like, but we do watch it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Anyways, the next question is, since you've been in Zim, right? What's the person you have the most respect for and why?
The most respect for?
Yeah.
Out of everybody I've met here?
Yes.
My husband.
Well, outside your husband. Obviously, you're gonna... No, outside him, like relatives.
But everybody really, like, I have the respect for all of them. Because I believe that, you know, in order for me to be respected as well, I need to respect people.
Okay, what's the weirdest thing you've done since you've come to Zim?
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird. I don't know. That's a difficult question.
I think it's probably you.
I do weird
touching
things
snakes and
exactly.
For me, I would never.
No, but
guys.
I've touched snakes before,
I would
so
never.
that doesn't really count.
I would never.
You wouldn't.
No, I'm
not that tense.
Because then you know, like how people are like we're too spiritual. We'll be like snakes are evil and whatnot.
I mean, I'm covered by the blood of Jesus.
Yo.
Unless I allow it, then it'll work.
Okay, this one is silly. Since you've been in Zim, you know our electricals don't work, robots are not working and everything. Have you ever been stuck in an elevator in Zim?
No.
Not yet.
Thank God.
Yeah, you need to experience
but
that.
But the roads are giving me a headache, guys. Like, the potholes. The robots are fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
But the potholes. And when the traffic lights are not working.
Yeah.
It's like everybody does whatever they want. There's no 4-way rule, no nothing.
No, people don't listen. Do you know this one time I was actually in AS and I was like, okay, the robot wasn't working. It was so swift. Like people this side would go, like stop, like it would be like a row of cars goes, then this side goes, then this side goes, and like you're not stuck in the trap. But then here people would just lock.
Exactly.
Like everybody's locked.
No,
but you need to experience being stuck in an elevator in Zim.
No.
You really need to experience. Okay, let me see. What other question can I ask? Have you memorized any Zim telephone number besides your husband? Like emergency, do you have like if you get in trouble right now, or your phone is stolen, who are you calling?
I'll start crying. I'll call my sister in Botswana. That's and then she will find a way to call somebody here.
Yeah, you need to know. You need to get some numbers or maybe write them on a piece of paper because now you're gonna get stuck.
No, guys, technology is the way. My phone, I carry my charge everywhere.
Okay, so since you've been in Zim, what career path are you taking or are you interested in taking?
Since I came here, honestly. Okay, I quit my job.
Okay.
And then the same month I moved back
to
Africa. I was home for like maybe 3 weeks and then I came here immediately. That's when my fitness career started.
Okay.
Because I got certified and then I didn't practice because we had the wedding period.
Okay.
Only then once I was settled, I started taking in proper clients, charging and all of that. So I think my career, the computer engineer part hasn't hardly stopped.
Okay.
And then now I'm focusing into fitness, content creation, and like fun things.
But do you think you would actually try and look for a job in Zim?
No, I wouldn't.
Nah, I'm not about that life anymore.
Nah.
I'm not about that life. Okay, what's the craziest thing you've ever done for money?
For money?
Yeah.
Like, guys, my best friend and I used to clean the beach for money. For small money. But back then, it was like, wow, we're going to clean the beach. Huge beach, not as small as a river. We're going to clean the beach and then we'll cash out. Right now, when I think of the payment, I'm just like, what was I doing in that sun?
How much was it?
Let me try convert.
Okay, she's going to convert for us, guys.
And we were there the whole day in the heat.
Was this in Malaysia?
No, this was in Dubai.
How long were you in Dubai?
I did my whole high school there, and...
Have you ever stayed in Botswana?
No, I left Botswana when I was like 11 years.
Yeah, that's a long time. And then you met Simon in Cyprus.
That was in uni now.
So she's gonna convert how much she was sunning on the beach for.
for $13. But that was
a day.
But listen, like the Dubai heat is wild. Like you'd get back home, your feet will be a different color.
Will probably just buy you one meal. Like you probably go get your chicken in with a juice and
exactly.
And you've been sunning the whole day
with a 10. I think that has been the craziest thing I've done for money. But at the same time, I feel like I was in high school.
Yeah, I mean,
I was young. That was a lot of money to me.
I mean, in high school, probably, yeah. Okay, how have you handled the change? Like, just the change,
of being...
Yeah.
You know what? I thought it was going to be very difficult, considering that I haven't been in Africa, like,
for a very long
more
time.
than half my life.
Okay.
So I thought I was going to get depressed. Yeah. I'm back in Africa. I'm in a different country.
And Zim out of all places, even. Yeah.
No family. I'm now married. I thought it was going to be bad, but it's been good. If anything, I'm enjoying it.
I actually thought about something. Did you, like, just before or the day before? Because obviously, when you lobola and Aurora is a bit different. You can get scared, but then now when it's signing, it's like, did you get like that fear?
I was so ready for signing. I'm like, let's do it. No, signing was I think I was looking forward to signing more than the
I think it's always because we haven't signed actually. We haven't, because then we keep hoping that we can have the wedding, but then it's like now we plan then cope. Because now you know, like how in summer you only have like September, October, and November before you get back into December, where people are over excited.
True.
And then cases rise up again. True. So you're like, okay, do we have a small wedding? Do we have so now you're just like, because we've been putting it off, because I wanted to sign before we had the baby so that I could change my surname, but now it's like,
so now the baby has whose surname, yours or his?
It's gonna have his surname, but we haven't even taken the birth certificate because of COVID.
No, but for us it was different because for me to stay here and to have a permit, I needed the certificate.
But then, was it more important for you to have a Zim signing or Botswana signing?
We actually got the Botswana signing. Okay. And signing in Botswana is validated everywhere.
Okay, what was the benefit of you signing in Botswana over signing in Zimbabwe?
Eventually, he can be a Botswana citizen and not a Zimbabwean citizen. Well,
so
if you want to be a Zimbabwean citizen,
I mean, but I'm thinking. My question rather is, if you had done the Zim signing, wouldn't he be able to become a Botswana citizen as well?
It was going to be difficult. But we signed in Botswana. He's married to a Botswana. Things are going to be easier. And like signing in Zim, I don't even know the policies and regulations of signing in Zim. And also the thing is, in Zim it apparently takes a long time to like apply, to go and sign, and then to get the marriage certificate.
I don't even know.
Yeah, apparently it takes long, but for us it took like 3 days. Because you have to apply and let them know that we want to sign on this day, and then the day comes, sign, you leave with your marriage certificate.
But then what does he need to do in terms of the Botswana law for him to be able to sign? Like what requirements are they looking at? Like, do they look at things like, is he using you for citizenship? I mean, it's a thing. Like, how do they then gauge that? Is he using you besides the photos and everything? I mean, we can.
Everybody can go, You know? Thing is, right, the process actually takes 3 weeks. Okay. Because it's called Hopecha. Hopecha is like where they put your names in court, just in case anybody can come and be like, but this one is a scam. Okay. So they're supposed to be there, like at those offices for everybody to see for 3 weeks before you guys can sign. But if you present to the court people like valid reasons as to why you want to do it in a short period of time, like 3 days, that's when they go through the reasons. You have to write a letter. We had to write a letter, and I had to explain that, oh no, I've been living in Malaysia, he lives in Zim, we don't have much time in Botswana, he does this, I do this, and obviously I had to go with my dad to go and ask for the request, and then they asked for his certified passport copy. They asked for like not a letter, but like something from the Zim side to show that he's not married to anybody. Yeah. So he had to show that as well. Yeah, I think that was about it.
Because I think also in Zimbabwe, even if you're marrying in Zimbabwe, they still search if you have a pending marriage or like. That's very interesting. So since you were fighting alone, whatever that happened, how are you handling disagreements now? Because then you're fighting alone. When you fight together, how are you handling disagreements? Have you changed how you approach?
I'm a learning progress, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like I will eventually get used to like talking about things there and then. Okay. But in the meantime,
you still
let me just
let me do what I do.
But eventually, I know it'll get better.
Yeah, I mean, it takes time. I think you know what, you're gonna reach a point where you're just like, okay, I'm gonna pick and choose my battles.
Exactly.
This is not even worth it. Let me just let it go.
Exactly.
So my next question is: do you feel like your parents are too involved in your marriage?
No, my parents don't even care.
I don't care.
They're just like, you good? You happy?
Yeah.
Are you eating?
Yeah.
Is your husband happy? Sharp.
Has he eaten?
Exactly. That's it.
Okay, how do you see kids fitting in your future?
We'll definitely have kids. But personally, I don't want kids like now, but maybe in a year, that's fine. Because my thing is, we were in long distance since
you guys haven't finished. Yeah, you guys haven't really had time to
be together in the same country. And now, like, there's a lot of change that I'm personally encountering, being back home, being married, seeing my partner all the time after not seeing him, only on holiday. Now to add in another human being,
you know, I feel like you're reconnecting, because it's different when you're living together. It's a different kind of connection to when you were living apart.
Exactly.
Because then when you're living apart, probably you're just going to vacations. You're like,
and everything will be nice. We wouldn't fight. Exactly.
You're like, now it's like,
most definitely.
Yeah. Okay, this I'm not gonna ask because it's how. No, because how do you imagine spending the holidays now? Like, what's your idea of a holiday after this pandemic? What's your idea of a holiday with your husband?
Your holiday remains holiday, guys. I got vaccinated for a reason.
You want to
go? Want to go?
You and me speak the same language, guys. At this point, I'm just like, I'm just over and tired.
Exactly.
Okay, the next question is a bit deep. Do you want separate bank accounts with your husband? Or do you want to have a joint account? What's your take on joint accounts?
I feel like we should have a joint one, but we should also have our individual ones. Okay. Joint one to be able to have our savings as a couple, and then separate ones for flex.
Yeah, true.
Like, if he wants to go and buy like 10 pairs of shoes, he must do that. True. If I want to go get a Brazilian weave,
I should be able to do that. Yeah.
But not from our joint savings account.
Yeah, because obviously you should save. Okay, the next question is, what do you guys agree on division of labor in your house? Because obviously you have a helper. You have someone who comes, but I'm not sure if she comes every day.
No, she doesn't.
So when she doesn't come every day and you cook, is he washing the dishes, or is it like, is everything your duty?
You know what?
And what's your take on that?
It depends. Like, it just sort of kind of works. We don't plan it or anything. But if I'm already in the kitchen and I'm already cooking, as I'm cooking, I'm washing the dishes. Okay. So at the end of dinner, there's only like 2 dishes to be washed.
You're a clean as you go person. Yeah.
But sometimes, like, if I have maybe a Zoom meeting after dinner, he will wash the dishes without me asking.
Okay. And did you guys have any religious conversation? I don't know what church you're going to or what religion you were before you came. Did you have any?
We are hardcore Christians. Okay, you might see us turning up to Amapiano, guys.
But did you guys have? Are you guys the type of couple where you're saying we're gonna go to a new different church together, or you're transitioning to Simon's church?
You know, we're actually from the same church.
Oh, that's actually
like from uni, we've been going to Zayoja since we're in uni, so it was easier. We even got married into Zayoja, like we got blessed.
So it's like
so that's been okay. Like same doctrines, same everything.
Okay, the next question is complete the sentence. I feel most comfortable sharing my feelings with my partner when he or she is when he's not busy. Is he not ever busy?
No, because when he's busy, maybe on his phone or something, he won't pay attention to me.
Yeah, definitely. But then, okay, the next question is, what are your political views? Are you guys clashing on political views? I mean, something that you can overlook in a relationship.
True.
But then now you're like living together, and then like you see the news, the president has done this, the want to be president has done this. Like, are you guys? I'm not saying tell me which party you support if you do, but I'm saying, are you having any political? Yeah, any political differences?
No, we're not that political. Like. But my husband gets touched by like some certain things. Yeah. Like if he sees maybe Trump or Joe Biden. But then I'm just like, I'll comfort him. And
I'm also lukewarm with the politics. I'm just like at this point. Okay, so my last question is, if you ever reach a point where you feel like, well, God forbid, I'm going to say God forbid this. If you ever reach a point where you feel the marriage is like hits, you're stuck. Are you open to counseling, like going to see an outside of counseling?
Firstly, I'll pray and fast, dry fast 3 days.
No, you've done D. That you've done. Now it's just D. I guess the wall.
The devil. I must go back. Show me that.
No, you're stuck
okay,
there.
But I would be open to it. I don't really believe in it all the way, but I've seen it work for so many people.
Yeah.
And I like trying things out before totally ruling them out.
Yeah.
So as much as I don't fully 100% believe in it, there's like a 60%, 70% that believes in it. So we would.
Do you know what I feel about counseling? Have you ever heard people, like when they come from counseling, like, my counselor told me, I feel like they give you ideas of what they feel, like what the experiences have been. Like, let's say, I don't feel that you can get, like, let's say, like your counselor's counseling you about marriage. Maybe they're not married, or they'll give you the idea of what their marriage is like. So I feel like they bring ideas, they ask you questions to direct you in a direction where they're giving you their ideas of what they feel is a perfect marriage or how you should deal with things. So I've always been against counseling in that sense, that I feel, because you always hear people saying my counselor told me this. They end up saying they told me, but then they're like, no, we don't tell you things, we let you explore your feelings. But I feel like they
so
direct your feelings.
Are you saying you wouldn't go?
No, I don't think I would go.
So are you gonna stop the marriage then?
I'll just be praying like you. I'll be there praying and fasting like you said.
Okay, maybe not married. I don't know about married couples, but like I do know people who go for counseling just for depression and all of that, and they turn to be okay. They're like, oh my god, it's actually helped. So I'm like, that's
maybe.
Maybe.
Anyways, guys, those are all my questions I had. 26 minutes of questions.
This might be a whole video by itself.
I think it should be. I had a lot of questions.
But it's all good. At least they're interesting ones. Even though my back is killing.
Don't worry, you'll work it out tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday. She'll work it out.
Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This is my Zoe, aka Forver Mrs M. My name is Sheikha Colette. Thank you for watching this video. Do like, share, subscribe, comment, and tell us.
Yes.
Answer the questions also.
Yes. You should. Actually, you should answer the questions. Anyways, guys, thank you, Colette, for having me on your channel.
Love you. We are happy to have you.